So, what does it mean when a car was sold by Copart? Copart is an auto auction that sells certain types of vehicles, and these vehicles are typically sold by insurance companies or other fleet companies. There's another auction that's similar called IAA, Insurers Auto Auction, but for the time being, we're going to call it Copart and call it all the same thing. So, what happens is if a vehicle is involved in any type of insurance claim, total loss, flood, stolen, theft, where the insurance company pays out to the owner the entire price of the vehicle. It's a total loss. That's what the word total means, total loss. The car then becomes the possession, the owned asset of the insurance company. Now, the insurance company is not in the business of piling up cars. They don't want to have a bunch of cars. So they have to sell them. They have to get rid of them. And Copart is a way for the insurance companies to dispose of these cars in bulk. And there's dozens of Copart auctions all over the country, big, huge parking lots full of a bunch of cars, and they sell them. Now, the problem with these is most of them have something about the title that's going to be an obstacle or a problem for a buyer. Now, to be clear, there's a few cars that get sold by Copart that are clean titles. There's no title brand. There's no issue with the title. Pretty rare, few and far between. But most cars that come out of Copart have a title problem. Salvage, rebuilt, parts only, junk, certificate of destruction, other references like flood or recovered theft. And what does that mean for you as a buyer? Well, first of all, Copart normally does not sell vehicles directly to consumers, civilian consumers. They normally sell only to dealerships, only to licensed automotive businesses, body shops, dealers, brokers. So you're probably not going to buy one direct. There's a few types of auctions that Copart does, or you can buy one direct. But you may be able to buy a car through a broker like Auto Bidmaster or Bid Buy Now. There's a couple other companies that are technically just a car dealer that lets you bid through their license to buy cars like Copart. And even if you don't bid through them, you might end up with a Copart vehicle because somebody bought one at Copart and then sold it to you from Craigslist or sold it to you on Facebook. So you might end up with a Copart vehicle, and now you have a title problem, because you're finding out that it's not just a matter of going to the DMV and getting a title, right? This is what you want. You want one of these magic government documents that says, I'm the owner. But a Copart vehicle probably has a few hoops to jump through. If it's a salvage vehicle, it has to go through inspection. If it's a rebuilt title, it has to go through a different inspection. If it's a parts-only vehicle, it might not ever qualify for a title. So if you bought a car that originated from Copart, the most important thing you need to do. You will be back in your video in just a few seconds. In the meantime, remember that actualhuman.com offers you live one-on-one private video consultation with an expert in this exact subject. We want to listen to your story. We want to hear your questions. We want to give you expert advisement of your options and tell you what we know about your particular situation. Now back to your video. First is to find out exactly what type of title history it has. You might be able to get some information from a VIN search. You can see our link below for VIN searching that'll have vinsearching.com that'll have a search you can look at. But sometimes those might be limited. The most important thing is if you didn't get a title when you bought the car and it came from Copart, you are going to have certain obstacles you're going to have to deal with. And our website, cartitles.com, will help you with some of those. You can also do a consultation about your vehicle title to see if there's solutions that may be available to you, maybe answers that are available to you. The most important thing is to not look at it like a regular title scenario, because the DMV has a lot of limitations on what they can do with a vehicle that came from Copart if it has a title brand. And if it was not properly disclosed to you and it came from a dealership, that may be another opportunity you have to have that car purchased back because the dealer didn't properly disclose that it was a branded title. Copart isn't a bad thing. It's a great company. They sell millions of vehicles every year. It's a good resource to get either parts cars or cars that can be fixed up. It's a good market opportunity for insurance companies to get rid of cars. The more they can get rid of them, the more they can pay on insurance claims. So it's good to have that option, because if the insurance companies couldn't get rid of these cars, they wouldn't be able to pay as much on insurance claims because they'd have to eat the loss. This is a way they can get some of their money back for that insurance claim they wrote. They're not going to get it all back. Think about it. If they pay out, $40,000 in insurance claim to somebody for a totaled car, it's not going to sell for $40,000 at the auction. It's going to sell for maybe 10 or 12. So they're still going to lose a lot of money, but they will lose less money and be able to pay out more in claims down the road because they were able to get a recovery salvage payment for that vehicle. If you have questions about salvage titles or Copart vehicles, you can schedule a consultation below or visit our website, cartitles.com. Thank you for watching. Remember, you can access live one-on-one personal consultations with a licensed private investigator, a licensed commercial insurance broker, licensed certified real estate title examiner, also a certified civil court mediator. So if you have a need to talk to an expert in any of these fields, or even a licensed building general contractor, you can click the link below, actualhuman.com, and arrange a live one-on-one undivided attention with a licensed expert where you can ask any questions, get information about your situation, and we'd be glad to help.